Lainey Miller. This is your travel guide for the events to experience, the sights to see, and the places to stay here in the Bayou State. Welcome to Louisiana Lagniappe. Festival season kicks off with the Scott Boudin Festival.
A unique family experience that revolves around food, which is the main ingredient, is boudin, and music, and a lot of entertainment.
With boudin eating contests, Cajun and Zydeco dance competitions, family activities, and of course, boudin. The 3-day celebration of Cajun cuisine is in the boudin capital of the world, a term coined by the one who started it all, former Mayor Purvis Morrison.
We go to the Capitol, and we had our lobbyists get us in that day. And we get there, and we put all this stuff in the back. I mean, we have pounds and pounds of boudin cracker. Well, the state representatives, senators, they stuffing crackling in their pockets. I mean, they dumping Coke cups and putting boudin, and so they're having a blast. So we go in front of the committee, and Stephen and I, we sit down and we talking. And then Senator Gwynn from Jennings, he said, listen, I don't have a problem with y'all being the boudin capital of the world, because Jennings is the boudin capital of the universe. So Stephen and I said, well, Mr. Gwynn, we don't want the universe, we just want the world.
Then the festival was created to celebrate that designation. Now, 13 years later, people come from all over to celebrate Scott's boudin vendors.
It's just an expansion of our culture. Any opportunity we can get together and enjoy food and drink and fellowship, it's a great opportunity to bring people together.
Jan Scott Richard, mayor of Scott, says festival weekend brings in millions of dollars for the community.
But the economic impact is probably $3 or $4 million for the weekend when you factor in hotels and the convenience stores and the gas, and people getting the boudin product as they leave. So it's a huge economic impact. It's something that we've built really a great foundation on, and we look to continue to expand on it.
And they continue to expand and evolve this year with a unique twist on the classic festival poster. Artist Candace Alexander created the poster that quite literally comes to life with a song she wrote, sung by Chris Ardwin.
I wanted to incorporate all the musicians that are in the festival lineup in the poster. I wanted to make it festive with the crowds. You know, there's a little pot of boudin smoking in the corner, and all the t-shirts will come alive. You scan the QR code, and it literally comes alive, and they start singing and playing and dancing.
We pride ourselves on what we've accomplished so far in 13 short years.
Coming up, festival season continues with Festival International. Welcome back. Festival International is one of the biggest attractions in the state, and it happens right here in downtown Lafayette. Mr. Herman Muir, the founder of Festival International, how did you get this idea?
Well, the short version of my long story is I was director of the University Art Museum. This is 1985, and I did an exhibition of paintings from Senegal, West Africa. And we brought musicians from Senegal that performed in Lafayette for a week at the museum and public schools, and then they were on Louisiana Public Broadcasting. That summer, I went to Amman, Jordan, where I worked on an exhibition exploring 9 ancient village sites in the Jordan River Valley. On my way returning to Louisiana, I stopped in Amsterdam, where I attended a festival of India, and then visited friends in New York City. So when I returned to Lafayette in August of '85, the economy was depressed, it was very hot, and I thought, this city needs its spirits lifted. So I had the idea of an arts festival, and I began talking to people in the community and people in community development, Phil Lank, Kathy Weber with Downtown Development Authority, and the head of the Arts Council. We put a steering committee together, and we decided in the fall of '86 that we would produce the first festival in the summer of '87.
Wow, so 40 years later, how have you seen it kind of shift over those 40 years?
Well, you know that it is now the largest international music festival in the United States.
Wow.
Our attendance that first year, we were pretty successful out of the gate. We had about 150,000 people over the course of a 5-day program. And now the attendance is estimated at over 300,000. The budget in the first year was $150,000. Money was hard to come by 40 years ago. The budget for the festival now is $2.3 million. And it means that some really important groups from Europe and Africa and Canada, Southeast Asia, want to perform here, and we can actually afford to bring them.
Well, whenever you look around the crowd, you see all different types of people, you hear all different types of music. Explain that cultural significance here in Lafayette.
Sure. Well, first of all, Louisiana was a former French colony. It was also under Spanish rule. We have a diverse set of influences historically. People coming here with New Orleans, the mouth of the Mississippi River. We have a very complex history, and as a result, we have a very diverse population. So the music is diverse. You hear music from all these different places. Now, this was an experiment. You know, we didn't know if Lafayette would respond.
And it has. It's like one of the biggest events in the state.
It is.
Of the year.
It is.
For you, you started this. How does that feel for you?
Well, it's great. It's great. And first of all, it means so much to the people who live here, but then all the people that come here. You know, last year, it's documented by festival, there were visitors from 48 states attending the festival. And then we have a very large international population that comes as well. Economic impact is in the millions of dollars, and it's put Lafayette on the map.
People from 48 states, even coming internationally, how would you describe this experience to them? Because it's not just a festival, I feel like it's an experience.
Well, look, we're known for our culture, our music, and for the food here, right? And it's celebrated everywhere, so people know about that, which is an additional attraction, a magnet, right? So Lafayette already has its cultural identity, and the International Festival just builds on top of that.
Right, right. Well, thank you so much for starting this for our community and sharing all of this with us.
Thank you.
There's even more to explore here in Lafayette Parish. Coming up, we visit Vermilionville. Welcome back. We are at Vermilionville to show you more things to do and see here in Lafayette Parish. Vermilionville, it looks like a little village, right? What is this all about, Ellen?
This is a living history museum and folklife park. Vermilionville was founded in 1990, and it covers from about 1765, which was the Great Diaspora, to 1890. And you'll notice that the village has several different styles of buildings, which represent the different eras of our history that we're covering. We have information about the Acadians, the Creoles, the people of color, and of course the indigenous tribes.
We have a little friend walking up to us. Is this a real reenactment? The animals included? Who is this?
This is Rose. She is one of the Golden Girls. We have 3 sheep and a henny, and all of the plants are medicinal plants and grown for, obviously, their medicinal qualities. The Lafayette Master Gardeners take care of the garden and the grounds, and you can walk around and see all the different things that they did when they got a cold or when they had a toothache. We have a tree that if you chew on a leaf of the tree, it kind of numbs you up, so that's the toothache tree.
A little tingling.
Yeah.
I feel the tingling. Okay, but we don't recommend people.
No,
Oh, I really feel it now. This side is completely tingling. This side feels normal. I can understand if I had a toothache.
That would at least distract them, right?
Yep. Now my tongue is buzzing. Okay. I don't recommend.
This accurately reflects what it was like going to school in Vermilionville, which was the first name of Lafayette.
So why were they writing, "I will not speak French"?
Because they were in, as you can see from the giant American flag, they were in an American school. And the Americans came in and said, Speak English or else. Put that on your shoulders.
I've definitely seen these before. Okay, so when they come into the schoolhouse, they can use these. Okay.
It's like stepping back in time, right on the banks of the Vermilion, as it was back in the 17 and 1800s.
Tell us about the body of water.
Well, we are on the Vermilion. This is kind of Tea Bayou. Believe it or not, if we have alligators, this is where they'll be. This is a hand-pulled ferry that you can get on board, pull the rope, and it'll take you across Tea Bayou.
I feel it shaking. Okay. So do field trips usually try this?
The field trips love this.
Oh my gosh, we're moving. Is that an alligator?
Uh-huh. We have alligators, yes.
How do we get back to the shore, the other side?
You're not very far, Lenny, don't worry.
When you say Vermilionville is where history is hands-on, what do you mean by that?
It means that you can come in and see for yourself from living people in a period-appropriate costume. You can talk to them and they will show you how life was back in the era. And we have folks that do crafts, we have folks that do rag dolls, we have a lady who spins cotton into yarn, we have a hand quilter, we have musicians who will sing you songs from the 1800s. We have food historians who can talk to you about the origins of jambalaya and gumbo and beignets and that kind of thing. So we really offer you an immersive experience into our past. And we hope that by giving you that experience, you can understand more fully why we have it so good around here.
So much Lagniappe now, onto leisure. Coming up, I'll show you where to stay here in Lafayette. Welcome back. If you visit Lafayette Parish, you'll definitely want to stay a while. Stay here at Maison Mouton Bed and Breakfast. Mr. Ravi, you are the owner here at Maison Mouton. What do guests experience whenever they come stay here?
Well, Lafayette is known for food, culture, and music. We are trying to promote a little bit of a culture using these historic properties. So instead of staying at a box hotel, if they come stay here, they would know a little bit about Lafayette, the historic homes, how Lafayette came into existence, some of that.
So what's the historical significance of this place?
Well, the house that is used as a bed and breakfast is built in 1820 by the son of the guy who formed Lafayette, who's the founder of Lafayette, John Mouton. So Charles Mouton built this place in 1820. Obviously, when this house was built, there should be nothing around it. It's a small working farm of 300 acres.
So besides this historical significance of Lafayette, what makes you guys unique?
Well, when people stay in our rooms, they feel like they're staying in their own mom or mother-in-law or grandmother's home. It is not they're staying in a hotel in a box. Gives a little bit more character, bring their memories back to their family and how their grandmother's house used to be.
Yeah. Do you have any encouragement for people who want to plan maybe a staycation for them to come, even if they're from Acadiana, not just traveling through Louisiana, if they want to stay here?
Yeah, one of our primary goals is to promote this neighborhood through these historic homes. So we took a lot of good care about preserving these homes from the last 10 years, close to 10 years. So when we would like for them to come, enjoy the property, stay here, baby showers, or anything that would make memories, this would be a good place to be. I have to say that maybe 60–70% of people in Lafayette don't know that there is a historic neighborhood in this part of town. They go to New Orleans to see historic homes, but they don't know that they have historic homes right here.
Right.
So for them, I would like for them to come and enjoy this property. I feel like we can revitalize any neighborhood by bringing people. So our primary goal is to bring people to this area.
This area is minutes from downtown Lafayette in the Sterling Grove Historic District. Ms. Donnell, you are the manager here. It's a full bed and breakfast, right?
It is.
So y'all have visitors from all over the world. I want to know, where have they traveled the furthest?
Probably New Zealand. I get people traveling from all Portugal, the ABC Islands.
Wow.
I even had guests recently from Isle of Man. It's beautiful.
All to stay here
All
in
to
Lafayette.
stay here with us.
Okay,
yes.
we have got to see what it looks like on the inside.
Please come on in.
How many buildings are on site?
We have 4 structures here on property. The main house, which is our finest rooms, I would say, on property. Then we have 3 other buildings, one of them being the carriage house, which is an original structure as well from 1820. The cottage, and then we have some cabins in the back.
So the main house, that's where we're going in now. That's where people
Correct.
have breakfast, right?
It is. This is our main breakfast table. We can seat 16 here. Then if we move on through to the second dining area, I can seat another 12 here at this breakfast table, and then another 8 over here.
What are people usually eating whenever they come here?
So I would say my chef's most famous dish is pépé doux,
What
which
is
means
that?
French toast. And it is made with a special biscuit that he makes, and it is probably the most unique thing that you'll find here. And of course, we do offer shrimp and grits, pancakes, but I think our pépé doux is the best.
So y'all also incorporate some Louisiana specific
Products.
ingredients,
I try very hard to keep Louisiana products. I always have Tabasco on the table, and I talk about the Tabasco factory because it's just a beautiful place for people to go see. I also keep steamed syrup, which is a staple in my house, has been my entire life, as well as what I want everyone here to enjoy. And then I make my grandmother's apple butter that I put on the table. This is the parlor. Now, of course, when the house was built, this was the first floor. Lafayette, being only 34 feet above sea level, was flooding at this time, so the ground floor could not be enclosed. It wasn't until 1900 when Dr. Mudd closed in the bottom, and he's the one who brought his practice into the home. So this was his actual waiting room. This is the Napoleon room.
Ooh, I like this.
This is my oldest furniture and most beautiful furniture in the house. This is from the French Revolution.
This chair?
Yes, everything.
Wow. Pretty cool. What do people write in these books in every room?
Guests love to leave us messages about their stay. Some of them is in French, so I have to get my translator app and read over it. Thank you for such a lovely, truly wonderful stay. The charm of the plantation. Yes.
Wow. This is my 5th time staying here. I love it. I love the staff and best breakfast. I bet they had the French toast that
They
day.
probably did.
When guests book here, what's their experience going to be like?
You know, if you read through all of my guest reviews, I think the most popular thing they say is our staff. Our staff, the hospitality that we give to our guests that come in here. They come from all over the world, and I treat my employees like they're my family because we are a family, and that's what we give our guests, is the feeling of family. I want our guests to truly experience Lafayette and the culture that we give.
Do y'all ever get guests who are from Acadiana who have said, maybe I've driven by and I don't know what's inside, I needed to stop by?
Staycations, yes we do. I have several people. I'm probably more well-known internationally than I am locally, which is why you're here, and I love that you're here to help spread who we are and what we are.
Here in Lafayette Parish, there's always something a little extra special to enjoy. Thanks for exploring Louisiana with me in this episode of Louisiana Lagniappe.